we go. Good morning to all of you here with us on the Leader Path in our New Moon Power Circle. In your mid-morning, if that's where you are, or in your first wake-up breaths and eyes, wherever you are, or maybe it's evening and you're tuning in tomorrow and you're not in live time with us. Well, we'd see you if you were in live time with us, but wherever you are in this morning or in this day, welcome to your New Moon Power Circle journey. This is morning 3, day 3. This is a day where we are starting to allow what I call sparkles or the stars or the clues that are coming down into us through us to come into form. I think of today as we're moving a little bit more beyond noticing. We're not quite into meaning, but we've been noticing, and now we're tracking and we're seeing connections, and now we're allowing that to move into a message. Still not engaging this, still letting it move through here. Sometimes the engagement of this is the how, which is after the message has been received. That's where our skill set can come in sometimes and work in co-creation with the allowing. But we're not in that how space yet. We're still listening. So we're just going to carry on. I want to build on last night's healing session with Janet was I am love. I am love. So we're going to build on a little on that this morning. So let's just take a nice collective breath in this place. We may look like we're in little boxes on our screen, but we're actually in one beautiful breath together. Beyond the screen, as we expand our breath, our wings, like our rib cage, goes out. And we breathe as one choir of a voice. And I welcome and invite Grandmother Earth into this place, holding us beneath our feet, beneath our body if we lay with her, knowing that everywhere we are, there she is. I welcome and invite Grandmother Water, a place that to me feels like the land between lands, where there too we can lie back and be held by her in a place between, where we are neither floating nor sinking, but we are rather lifting or sinking. We are floating in between, held in flow. Welcome and invite Grandmother Air, a place where we do lift, where she holds us gently in motion, in inspiration. Grandmother Fire, the place of creation within us, our bowl of creation, being there with us from that place of spark, from that place of beginning, that place where we are something out of nothing, and out of nothing is the something. And welcoming and inviting Grandmother Moon, who has been with us through all of this journey, as we sleep, as we wake, as we notice, as we walk, in co-creation with all. And another breath for all of us, in gratitude of the beingness of us and in the co-creation of the family we walk with. I have 3 readings again for us today. And our first reading comes from Richard Wagamese, again, like yesterday. And our invitation today is to listen and then write. I'll give you a little writing prompt. Then we'll do what we did yesterday and see what pops up for us. And this first piece comes from the first section of this book, which is stillness. Sometimes people just need to talk. They need to be heard. They need the validation of my time, my silence, my unspoken compassion. They don't need advice, sympathy, or counseling. They need to hear the sound of their own voices speaking their own truths, articulating their own feelings, as those may be at a particular moment. Then, when they're finished, they simply need a nod of the head, a pat on the shoulder, or a hug. I'm learning that sometimes silence really is golden, and that sometimes fuck, is as spiritual a thing as needs to be said. So your writing prompt or reflection prompt is the nod of her head tells me, or you can be a bit more irreverent and go, fuck, dot, dot, dot. The nod of her head tells me, dot, 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 or fuck, and begin. Set a timer for 3 minutes. I have your timer for 3 minutes, and I'll let you know. And as you feel ready, give yourself a breath of acknowledgement for the knowing inside of you, coming to you in form called words. And when you feel ready, have a little look at what you wrote, at the message from you, through you, as you, and all you are made of.
Tina, I
Mm.
got a question.
Hmm.
What what do you do if you have questions and this guy isn't meant for questions, right?
Yeah, well, let's just trust it. Go for it, Zoe.
Well, it's not. Not sure it's appropriate to the setting, but
Hmm.
um, when she says if you're pure love, right? If you're pure love, which I have, I, you know,
Hmm.
uh, how do you respond to somebody who's not? I have someone who's not, and I need to, and I'm in a place where I'm like, "Rrr," and
Hmm.
she says, "Okay, you're pure love." Well, what do
Hmm.
you do when you get to that point?
Hmm. I think a couple of things. I think first off, I think you actually have an avenue. We can connect you with Janet on the leader path. So we'll just start a conversation there for more specifics. Um, but I think from this place, I think certainly in the new moon and certainly in a writing practice, it's when you center into love, your answer will also come from love. Like your answer of to your own answer to this question or your guided answer to this question can come through your writing. So you could even write your writing prompt might be as I, as she nods, as she nods to me with love, she tells me, or dear love, there's another one I would use. Dear love, what would you have me know about this situation? And then have love answer. That's where I would go in this practice, but I'm sure that there's a more specific answer that can come right from Janet. And on the community page, I believe is where it is. She has her introduction. I think she's posted her picture, and you can put a little note there and just talk to her directly. Yeah. How you doing? You okay? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll breathe with you. Breathe love into you in this space. Thank you for asking and sharing. Dear love, what would you have me know? Yeah. Thanks, Zoe. All right. Let's move into our next piece. Oh, I lost the page. Ah. Hold on. This one came out of David Wallace again. David Foster Wallace. But I look at the page. Is this the page? Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay. Oh, I love this. Okay. Sorry, I think it's a bit earlier. Nope. Nope. I'm just going to read what's here because I'm trying too hard. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. Again, this comes from a commencement speech to give you context. In the day-to-day trenches of adult life, there is actually no such thing as atheism. There is no such thing as not worshiping. Everybody worships. The only choice we get is what to worship. So I want to hook back into Janet's I am love. And your invitation for your writing prompt, we can go right to Zoe's. Dear love, what would you have me know? Or if it speaks to you, what I worship, or in worship I. In worship I. Or dear love, what would you have me know? In worship I, or dear love, what would you have me know? And begin. And as you feel ready, take a breath of receiving from the voice of love that just wrote through you as you. Sometimes I find this practice is, yeah, it's a practice of listening, but it's also a practice of receiving the listening, letting that in. Have a look, have a read, have a receive of what was written through you. And with your trusty little pen, circle the clues.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Yeah.
Circle the clues?
Circle the clues, the words that shimmer, the words that call to you and say, ah, me, 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 me.
Could you help me with that a bit more?
Sure. So it's a practice of looking at a sentence and noticing in your body where a word pops and goes, oh, that's, it's like a little nudge. You get a little nudge inside of you that says this word. And it's also possible, Zoe, that that's not your process. You might have a writing and you're noticing then is what happens when you read your writing. Do you get an image that comes up? Do you get a whisper? Is there what comes up when you read your writing? And start to notice the things, the thing that is calling you forward. Yeah. I happen to listen through words, so for me they shimmer. It's like they pop up through the water almost. But sometimes I get images too. Okay, and our last reading this morning comes from Native Wisdom for White Minds. And it's about our path as we move into day 3 and we're starting to allow into form our guidance, into words, into knowings, into I hear that, I see that, I will follow that, like a message. Our path. Everyone has to find the right path. You can't see it, so it's hard to find. No one can show you. Each person has to find the path by himself. This is Charlie Knight and Uda Elder. We have to do it ourselves. We have to do it alone. Sometimes we get confused about this. We forget that we are spiritual beings who are one with the Creator. We forget that whenever we call upon the Great Spirit, we always have a companion to travel with us, even though we still have to take the initiative and do it ourselves. Also, we sometimes forget that in order to walk our paths, we have to be willing to go inside. We have everything we need to heal inside us. Our healing is in conjunction with the Great Spirit. No one else knows what is right for us. There is a right path for each of us. We have to be willing to listen to the stillness to hear the directions. And then this is the meditation. Often on a moonless night, when I need to get from one place to another in nature and I have no flashlight, I know there's a path, although I can see it. I can't see it. I have discovered that if I just stand and wait, the path will emerge. I won't see it. I'll just know it. If I am impatient and I just push on, I will lose my way altogether. Life is something like this. And so your invitation to write into is, I just know, ... I just know, or if that's too soon, emerging, I sense, ... Emerging, I sense, or I just know. Go ahead, Tara.
I just need to have a meeting at 10, whatever time it is here.
You're a bit soft. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm not talking loud. I just need to hop off. So thank you so much for the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. I just know or I sense emerging. We'll just bring this one a bit shorter because it's 7 a.m. So in service of time, bring that to a peaceful close as it wants to, or not peaceful close if that wants to. And I just want to open up the mics, Zoe, Shar, if there's anything you feel that you need right now, this morning. How you doing, Zoe?
So much.
I'm just going to turn record off so there we go. Thanks for listening, everybody. I'm here with Zoe.